of the employers provided students with handouts and flyers like these, but they also lured in students with fun little promotional toys like this one to take the stress out of a real-life interview. As you can see, the storm this weekend was so strong, this tree branch behind me fell down on top of this car, crushing the windshield completely and leaving some serious damage. Now, there's different levels when it comes to price and performance with the carbon monoxide detectors. This one is just a basic one, and this one shows you a digital screen. Today is the first of several public hearings the MTA has planned to get ideas that could minimize customer impact. The next one will be on March 8th in Riverhead. Reporting from Mineola, I'm Katie Thompson, Hofstra News Now.
Wow, these docks probably aren't even safe enough for me to be walking on right now. Empire Point Marina is working full staff and long hours to make sure they're ready for their customers in the spring.
When I talked with Park Representative Eileen Larrabee just yesterday, she told me that while nothing has been finalized, probable closures this upcoming season include the popular West End beaches and the West Bathhouse, which you can see right here behind me. It's a purchase you want to make. Carbon monoxide detectors now required by state law. It's called Amanda's Law, and it went into effect just this week.
Not only just single homes, multifamily homes, dorms, hotels.
It's named after Amanda Hansen, a 16-year-old girl from upstate New York who was killed by a carbon monoxide leak while at a sleepover. Now, home improvement stores like Home Depot are answering questions about how important these detectors really are.
Being that it took effect as of yesterday, most people didn't know that, so I kind of showed them the sign here that we have.
The law requires that all homes, new or existing, have at least one carbon monoxide alarm, and that it's installed on the level of the home with the lowest sleeping area.
So any fumes, any carbon monoxide, which doesn't smell, by the way, gets mixed into the air, it'll be detected right away.
And while many people are just becoming aware that there is now a law, no one seems to think it's a bad thing.
I think it's great. I think it's good for people to be aware that carbon monoxide detectors are useful.
Do you already have them installed in your home?
Yes, I do.
Oh, it's safer. I do have them on both floors.
There are many things to be aware of when dealing with the detectors, like how often to change them.
They recommend that you replace them every 5 years. Some people don't, they couldn't really remember the last time they replaced it. So, especially if you have kids in your home.
Now, there's different levels when it comes to price and performance with the carbon monoxide detectors. This one is just a basic one, and this one shows you a digital screen. One thing's for sure, purchasing any type of carbon monoxide detector is now the law and could end up saving your life. In East Meadow, Katie Thompson, Newswatch 35.
Nice meeting you.
There were handshakes, and more handshakes. Over 100 employers ranging from marketing agencies to the Secret Service attended Hofstra's annual career fair today.
Hofstra's probably one of our favorite. We always seem to get really good students here.
This comes just a day after the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that New York State had the highest number of mass layoffs in 2009 since 1996. But that's not stopping Joshua Burke, a St. John's grad student.
I'm looking for full-time and just work my way up, so it's going to take hard work no matter where you start.
While working on his master's degree, he attends career fairs regularly.
I mean, any opportunity you get to go out and meet somebody and talk to people can't hurt to go.
Representatives from Hofstra's Career Center say students should not be intimidated.
The statistics that you look at often look at the workforce in general. They don't talk about entry-level hiring. A lot of employers still look to hire entry-level employees because it's a lot less expensive and more cost-efficient, but also you get bright talent.
All of the employers provided students with handouts and flyers like these, but they also lured in students with fun little promotional toys like this one to take the stress out of a real-life interview. And as stressful as the times may be, students today found the fair very informative.
There's a lot to take in, there's a lot of places to investigate and look further into, and there's a lot of information that I'm getting.
The fair hosted 30 more companies this year than last, a sign that the job market may be bouncing back. Katie Thompson, Newswatch 35. Over 250 youth soccer players and their families joined State Senator Brian Foley yesterday to send a message to Governor Patterson. Save Our Parks. The Brentwood Soccer Club hosted an organized protest at Brentwood State Park where Senator Foley and other local officials vowed to protect the 10 Long Island parks in danger of being closed.
We want the New York State Parks Department to have this as their highest priority and that they should not balance budgets on the backs of our children. Isn't that true, ladies and gentlemen?
Earlier this month, the governor announced a $29 million cut in the state park's budget, which in Brentwood could mean ending their 30-year-old youth soccer program.
We have paid our dues over the years, for over 30 years. Now it's our time to enjoy our fields. Now it's time for us to enjoy our complex. We are not giving it up.
Brentwood Assemblyman Phil Ramos proposes letting private businesses pay to advertise at the parks, similar to the Nikon Theater at Jones Beach. That, he says, would help increase funds and ease burdens.
Just for the fact that Nikon was allowed to use that name brought private sector money into that park. And maybe we can look at some of those solutions.
Jones Beach is expected to feel one of the biggest impacts from the budget cuts. Officials expect closures to several park beaches and cuts in staff. When I talked with Park Representative Eileen Larrabee just yesterday, she told me that while nothing has been finalized, probable closures this upcoming season include the popular West End beaches and the West Bathhouse, which you can see right here behind me. Other possible changes at Jones Beach include getting rid of the July 4th fireworks celebration, cutting lifeguard staff, and shortening the season at Zack's Bay swimming area. The closure plan is the biggest attempted by the state in the past 2 decades.
We need our fields. We need our
Katie
fields.
Thompson, Hofstra News Now.